Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to start by giving all praise, honor, and glory unto the Heavenly Father, the Most High, our Creator and our power, who the world ignorantly calls God. His name is Yahweh, in the name of His only begotten Son, our Lord, our Savior, and our Deliverer, the Messiah, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. His name is Yahweh Shai. Call Halamla, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakah Kodash. And double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations, peace, blessings, and safety to the hopeful elect. And Shalom, this is Brother Abayah with another lesson through the spirit, power, and mercy of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Lord willing, I pray this lesson is edifying unto the elect. And pretty much, this lesson gonna be entitled "Orchestrated Danger," all right, which is really referring to order ab chaos, all right, which is Latin for order from chaos, right, or order out of chaos. Okay, which is the agenda or the the device, right? The intentions of the so-called elites, right? The globalists, the elite bankers. Okay, those who are the ruling families, those who have the control of what's going on in the earth right now. All right, because Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah set them up to be able to have that power and that control. All right, and they're using their power, they're using their time of rulership to increase evil in the earth. All right, and part of their agenda, right, the end all be all, I should say, of their agenda is to have complete control over the people. They look at people as sheep, as cattle anyway. So, what they're doing, and right, of course, there's many other things that they've done to attempt to accomplish that. But right now, speaking about current events, right, one of the things that they're doing is they want to increase the tension in America to the point to where a civil war breaks out. They wanna make it to where the division is increased, and we understand. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is in control of all things, right? The Lord is the puppet master, and Esau, being the so-called white man, right? These devils, they're nothing more than puppets, man, muppets, and they're being controlled. All right, they're pieces on the board. Okay, and Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is making the moves, but the Lord is putting the spirit on them to to work towards their evil agendas, ultimately to fulfill His will. All right, but pretty much I'm gonna speak on the whole so-called migrant crisis that's been going on here in America. All right, where pretty much it started where you got tension and division, and disagreement when it comes to allowing migrants to come into the country, which the damage has already been done. It's already too late. Even if they come into an agreement now and decide to put up a wall and close the borders of and set up a wall around America, which is just not going to happen because according to the scriptures, this place, right, America, Babylon the Great, is considered the city of unwalled villages, right, the place that dwells without care. That's definitely America because these people are so proud and comfortable and content that they think that this place is never going to be seized. It's never going to be it's never going to be pretty much ransacked and it's a word I'm looking for. Pretty much they're gonna run in and this place is gonna be damn, it's on the tip of my tongue. Pretty much they never expected or never had they think it's unrealistic for America to be seized and to be damn Slocky. They think it's unrealistic for other countries to enter into America. They think because America has such a strong military that the military is going to be right there at all times to defend and to protect the citizens. But that's not so, man, because America's military is spread thin. They're all over the place, being busybodies in matters that don't even concern them, and they leaving their own home vulnerable and susceptible to danger and attack. And not only that, the higher ups, those who are controlling the things, they're fooling the people because they are, again, this is an orchestrated danger, man. And real quick, I'm gonna get the definition of orchestrated.
Orchestrate.
All right, it says to orchestrate means to arrange. It says to arrange or direct the elements of a situation to produce a desired effect, especially surreptitiously, which means something that's done secretly and often with skillful avoidance of detection or and in violation of custom, right? Which pretty much means to be deceitful, to be sneaky, to be cunning, which is the characteristics of the devil, man, Esau. Okay, so these things are, matter of fact, yeah, Isaiah 29:15. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord Yahweh. It says, and their works are in the dark, and they say, who seeth us and who knoweth us? So this is the mindset, the mentality of the devil who's in control right now. One of his main weapons that he's used in the earth is deceit. His lies. And he's used his lies to do many things, man. He's used his lies to deceive the world into thinking that he's the people of the Lord. He used his lies to, to X out the image and almost the idea of the Most High and his only begotten Son. He's used his lies into fooling people into thinking that he's, this good guy, this virtuous person who has your best interest, when he's really a devil. He's a backstabbing liar, and there's no truth in him. All right, but guess what? As the scriptures say, man, there's nothing done in the dark that shall not be, that shall not come abroad and be made manifest. Roughly paraphrasing, meaning the shit that you're doing in the dark is going to be made manifest. This devil's already being revealed as the man of sin. As the liar that he is, the backstabber, the two-timer that he is. And his nakedness is being shown, right? The Lord is revealing him, and his shame is being seen upon throughout the earth, especially among these other nations, man. These other nations, at one point, they was fooled into thinking that America is this land of milk and honey, and like they got their slogan, home of the brave, land of the free, however the fuck it go. Whatever it is, it's a lie. It's the home of the slaves, man. All right. Let me see. Yeah, so back to the definition of orchestrate. It says to arrange or direct the elements of a situation. Ultimately, the mentality of the people is being played on. They're manipulating people into feeling certain emotions. They're manipulating people into picking a side. They always give you the illusion that there's two sides, but it's only one side. And they want people to choose the lesser of the two evils, according to what they've been fooled into believing. It says to produce a desired effect, especially surreptitiously, which means, deceitfully. So they're doing these things behind closed doors. For example, as we speaking about the migrant crisis, they're making it seem like there's a disagreement between, what is it, Democrats and Republicans, or Biden and his administration, and the people of Texas, those people who are down there at the southern border, period. All right, especially Texas. You recently had a lot of migrants come in through Florida as well. The Haitian migrants, and you got a lot of people that they're not in agreement with this, but they don't have any say because ultimately the so-called government has to say. All right, but these people who are directly affected by these migrants entering into the state. These people are not in agreement with this, but Biden is like, oh no, let them in, which is confusing. This is why America is Babylon the Great, because at one point it was all about keeping outsiders out. If anybody who's not legally documented to be a citizen of America, they cannot just come into America however and whenever they want to. But Biden get in, and this docile fool, this old, decrepit fool, is allowing, of course we know he's not in control. He's just a face, all right? But just using him, he's allowing all of these things to happen that at one point would never have happened. 10, 15, 20 years ago, this would never be a crisis or an issue. But it's all for a purpose. Hence the term arranged, or excuse me, orchestrated, which, is synonymous with arranged. Orchestrated, what is it? Orchestrated danger, right? Which is going to bring chaos, right? This is planned. It's put together. All right, reading the synonyms. It's it's a setup. This is organized crime that they're allowing, and it's a lot. It's a lot going on, and this is going to be a domino effect. These different migrants coming from wherever they're coming from, because it's not, when you think about migrants, everybody always think about Mexicans and Southern America, but no, you got Middle Eastern, you got migrants, middle-aged men, by the way. Majority, I would say 90 to 95% of these so-called migrants that's coming into America are middle-aged, military-aged men between the ages of 20 and 65, around that range. Military-aged men. All right, it's not too many women and children, which you would think it would be more, right? But no, that's not so. And then there's so-called Indians, so-called Arabs, so-called Chinese, so-called Africans, and then of course you do have Southern Kingdom. You got his so-called Hispanic Jakes, and again the so-called Haitians that came up recently. So it's a mixture of all, but the face of those migrants is what? Is Jake. 2 Corinthians 2:11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices, right? The Lord, Yahweh Shemal Shah, gave us the blueprint. We the ones, beginning with the apostles on down, telling these devils what they gonna do. We understand what's coming. Of course, we don't have the step-by-step details of how they're gonna do it, but we understand that whatever they do is going to lead to a specific prophecy being fulfilled. The order, the chaos has to come. The division, the sedition among men, the civil war, that has to happen. The scriptures speak about that. Let me get it. Second Ezra 15 and 14. Woe unto the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. Right, the sword, the modern day sword being the gun. There's many other different forms of the sword, but the main and most common one is guns. All right, it says, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. And that's the definition of civil war. No, that's division. All right, and that's talking about on the shores of America. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. Keep that in mind, right? And when you know what it means to invade, you breaking through, and you entering somewhere unwanted, right? It says they shall not regard their kings nor princes. Ain't no police or mayors and governors, none of that. Nobody's gonna reverence those people or respect those people in that day. It's gonna be complete chaos, which is gonna bring about that extreme danger. It says, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power, right? Because people gonna take things into their own hands because they're becoming fed up. These people are reaching, their point of how much they can take, and people gonna start, uproaring. We've already seen in the past years, different uproars around the world in these different countries, which Yahweh Shah spoke about that when you shall see uproars and rumors of wars and wars and rumors of wars. That means that the end of the end of this kingdom is coming closer and closer. And we've seen the rumors of wars, and wars, and we're leading up to the Third World's War, right, which is the War of Armageddon. All right, that's the Lord is holding back that, because that would have been in full effect already, but the Lord is holding back the angels. But we see the tension growing, and it makes me think about friction. When you have so much friction, whatever it may be, whether it be whatever two things is rubbing together, eventually that friction between those two items is going to create heat, and after so long, that heat is going to grow to the point to where it's going to create a fire. All right, and that's what the Lord wants. The Lord wants it to be a fire, which I'm gonna get that precept too. But this is what the Lord wants, man. Okay. Now, this is all because the wicked is ruling, man. The scriptures say, when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. As well as it also says, when the wicked are multiplied, transgression increaseth. And we in that time, because the wicked is only being multiplied right now. Everybody is operating, in evil, in wickedness. So transgression, right, being, pretty much iniquity, sin, is growing every day. This is why shit is getting worse. Because nobody fears Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Everybody moving on their own time. And they're heavily influenced by Satan and these demons in the earth. All right, Isaiah 48:22, there's no peace, saith the Lord Yahweh, unto the wicked. So understand that as long as the wicked is in rulership, there's not going to be any peace. This is why the Lord has to bring this kingdom down to establish his. Okay? The kingdom of heaven, right? Beginning with Yahweh Shah. It's not going to be two rulers at once. The Lord is going to come and he's going to take down these other kings of the earth, and he's going to establish his kingdom and take their crowns, man. And that's what we're looking forward to, because we want that peace. We want righteousness. We want, rest. And as long as this devil is in rulership, there's not going to be no peace. As much as he may lie and deceive you into thinking that he's trying to bring you peace, the scriptures say, when he speaketh fair, believe him not, for there are 7 abominations in his heart. This man has nothing but evil intentions in his mind. And everything that he's doing is showing you. He's showing you who he is. He's doing it deceitfully, but we're coming into a time where he's not going to hide it no more. He's going to come out with that, like a Revelation 12:12. The devil shall come down with great wrath. Just paraphrasing, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. He's about to come out and gnash his teeth. He's going to show his fangs and his horns. 2 Timothy 3:1, this know also, that in the last days perilous times shall come. And when you go into perilous, it can either mean dangerous or uncertain. And all of the things that's going to be happening in the earth is going to be uncertain, which is going to bring that danger. Right? For example, going back to the situation with this whole migrant crisis, this is an article posted March 19th. It says, undocumented immigrants have right to own guns, a judge rules, right? And this is in Illinois, I believe Chicago specifically. It says a judge this month dropped gun charges against an illegal immigrant in Illinois, sparking further debate about the rights associated with the Second Amendment. U.S. District Court Judge Sharon Coleman, right, which is an N-dub, a partner of the devil, of the Northern District of Illinois, referenced lower court rulings in dismissing firearm possession charges against Heriberto Carbajal Flores, who was illegally and unlawfully in the United States when he possessed a handgun in the Little Village neighborhood of Chicago on June 1st, 2020. So this man been in jail, or maybe even on probation, I'm not sure, since 2020, right, for 4 years. But those charges have been dropped against him. And not only have those charges been dropped, it influenced this judge to make a decision that not only him, as an illegal immigrant and undocumented citizen, can now carry a firearm legally, but all immigrants who come to America and are not legally documented, they can also carry firearms legally without any consequences or any kind of repercussions in Chicago specifically. As many Jakes have been locked up specifically for gun charges, and we know it is, the wickedness going on, the killing and all that. We know what's going on. But there's some legit people out there that's not on the bullshit, but they want to own their guns legally. In Chicago, they have strict gun laws out there. Why is it that all of a sudden, right at this time when all these migrants is coming to America, why all of a sudden, why not 3 years ago? Why not 2 years ago? Why not 1 year ago? Right now, this year, when all of this whole these migrants flooding America, now they're making it legal in Chicago, right, which is where it's starting. It's not gonna end there. Now all these migrants can own firearms legally. We again, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. We understand what this man's intentions is and what his end all be all is. He wants to create chaos in America so that he can bring in his troops, and implement martial law so that he can control the people. Again, the term ordo ab chaos, which is order out of chaos. They create the chaos and they have a so-called solution ready that they can come with, which is going to give them more control, more pretty much just more control. All right. This is him moving surreptitiously, man. All right, and not only this, but at the same time, right? So now you got migrants that can legally own firearms when there's so many Jakes that have fought and been arrested and just been through so much to try to own their firearms as legal citizens, and these people make it so hard, but you got these illegal migrants, no matter where they from, that can legally own a firearm with no documents, no paperwork, nothing. Not only that, also in Chicago, what a place to start this and to for it to be the beginning, right? It says migrant evictions to begin Sunday. Families in shelters get a reprieve. All right. It says beginning with 35 individuals Sunday, more than 2,000 people will be evicted by the end of April. The city announced Friday. Families will get a break until the end of the school year. And all of this is going to cause a domino effect. This is going to, of course, increase and add to the Civil War, because from the beginning they already allowed these migrants to come in, and migrants they're taking jobs, they're taking government assistance that, again, American citizens have been fighting so hard for, but these people make it so hard for their own people, their own citizens to obtain these things. For example, like Section 8, free housing, or even just affordable housing, shelters. A lot of shelters have long wait lists. Sometimes you have to wait for a year or more to get into a shelter. Sometimes you have to wait, like Section 8, you got to wait a long time to get on Section 8 to get even assistance with your rent. But you have these migrants coming and they're getting placed in these these places for free. And not only that, they're being provided with 3 meals a day, eating good. You know, they got a roof over their head. But you got people, you know, you got homelessness in America that's been increasing daily, man. Even just here in Vegas, homelessness is ridiculous, man. You can't go nowhere in Vegas without seeing a homeless person. You know, they just ate everywhere. And it's not the only place. It's increasing everywhere. Because, you know, jobs are paying less and people are not able to afford it, man. You got people living out their car. People just like, fuck it, man. I'm about to just go live on the streets. But these people are still working their jobs. They just can't afford the rent no more. And you got, you know, this is going to cause the tension to increase as well. Because why is it that I've been here my whole life, born and raised, and it's so hard for me to pay my rent. I can't get by. But you got these people that come over here, you know, with nothing. And they're able to get in a better position than I am. This is a recipe for disaster. So not only do you have immigrants that can legally carry firearms, but you know they're going to also increase the tension on their end because y'all offer them to come and house them and feed them, but then y'all just gonna discard of them and kick them out. Like, oh, y'all on your own. You know, I know we said we was gonna take care of y'all and that y'all can come, and I know you had expectations, but now you on your own. That's just like the devil, right? But the thing is, they're not just being evicted anywhere. They're being evicted in you know rural areas, you know, where Jake live. So it's gonna cause a lot of tension. It's gonna be a whole lot of friction, man, and it's gonna be a lot of death because these people, you got people that been living here for years that ain't going for that. You got the migrants. They grew up a different way. You know, they have different mentalities, and they come in on some dog eat dog shit because they don't come from this, and this is like an abundance of everything you can ever want, and they see that people have what they want and what they never could get. So this is why they're going to be sedition. This is why there's going to be pillaging and theft and rapes and so on and so forth. Or not rapes, rapings, you know. And I'm just speaking facts, man. It's already happening. I believe it was, where was that at? The brother just mentioned it recently. It was somewhere where one of the migrants raped a 15-year-old girl, and the mayor, I believe it was either the mayor or the governor, was like, hey, you know, these things are gonna happen. And what can you do? He just, you know, nonchalantly brushed it off and said, hey, shit happens. And guess what? A whole lot of more shit gonna happen. Sirach 39:28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance. Maslak, y'all didn't skip. So from there, I'm gonna go to, you know, I just read 2 Timothy 3. You know, we in the last days, man. It's gonna get real dangerous out here, and you not gonna know, right? These people ain't gonna know what's gonna be happening, right? We understand that the Lord visited the earth. He's punishing and judging this wicked world, man. You know, that's why it says in 2 Ezra 8:50, many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter days shall dwell in the world because they walked in great pride. The Lord is about to humble a lot of people. Luke 12:49, this is Yahweh Shah speaking. I am come to send fire on the earth, and what will I if it be already kindled? All right, meaning he wants it to be. Let me get that in a different translation. Let me get it in the NLT. Yeah, Luke 12:49 NLT. It says, I have come to set the world on fire, and I wish it were already burning. Okay? So that fire represents the chaos, the turmoil, you know, all of the evils that's gonna be happening before Yahweh Shah returns. Because when the Lord returns, he gonna just put the icing on the cake and finish the job, right? But there has to be division and chaos and killings and, you know, maulings and all type of, death, mass death in the earth before Yahweh Shah returns. And then it's gonna be even more. Okay? But everything that's happening is fulfilling the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. That's why we need to dwell in the secret place of the Most High, so that we may abide under the shadow of the Almighty, man. We may have that hedge and that protection from these things and be preserved while we in the midst of these evils that's going to be round about us. We need that protection, man, because, we striving to be of the elect, which is, the only ones that's going to be saved from these evils. Okay? Sirach 39:28, there be spirits that are created for vengeance. And the Lord is going to use a lot of these people as those to fulfill that vengeance, right? There's going to be spirits that get on these people or in these people that's going to cause them to do a bunch of evil things. All right, the Lord going to use items, people, animals, elements as spirits for vengeance. And these migrants, they're gonna be used as well, because they're gonna get violent. All right, it says, which in their fury lay on sore strokes, in the time of destruction they pour out their force, and appease the wrath of him that made them. So these things were created to pretty much satisfy the Heavenly Father, right? Because all of this evil going on, the Lord, we understand the wages of sin is death. So much sin, all the sin that's going on in the earth, it has to be matched. That's the balance. It has to be matched accordingly. It has to be rewarded. And that reward is different forms of death, which is going to please Yahweh Shem Yahushua to see these things happen. Fire and hell and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction. All right, and that's plain. The things that's happening and that's going to happen, all these things. Let me keep reading. Sirach 40:9, death and bloodshed, strife and sword, calamities, famine, tribulation, and the scourge, right? All of which is approaching. It's going to be heightened. It's going to be more death, more bloodshed, more strife, right? More division, more natural disasters, more orchestrated disasters, right? With Esau and his technology, right? Famine is approaching. We're approaching the time of Jacob's trouble, which is said to be a time like no other. And all of these things is for the wicked. It says these things are created for the wicked, and for their sakes came the flood, which was the first death. And now in this time, shit being worse than it was during that time, the Lord has to bring the second death, right? But it's going to be a terrible time leading up to the second death. And it's necessary, man, because these people is off the chain, man. All right? But the Lord is working. The Lord is visiting this place. And we gonna keep watching and waiting and see what happens, because this is pretty obvious. Them bringing all them migrants, trying to house them and make the American citizens jealous, and then kicking them out. So you got mad American citizens, you got mad migrants, you got tension between them. So that's gonna, and then you got these migrants being allowed to carry firearms. So that means they can go buy them. All they gotta do is go to the store and buy these firearms. And then what? You got war in the streets, bloodshed. But we not ignorant, man. And may Yahweh Shem Shah protect all of us hopeful elect brothers, man, and our families in these last days, and to keep us from these evils. And we see it. All right, but Lord willing, I pray this lesson was edifying. That's pretty much all I got on this lesson. With that, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakak, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations, peace, blessings, and safety to the hopeful elect. And DTA Baba Ball. Kwame Ashala. Till next time, Shalom.